Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon for others. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is the ECOP Africa First Annual Ocean Fair. Thank you so much for all the attendees that made us today, also in our fourth day of the event. I am Sarah Viana, the ECOP Africa Node Coordinator. This week has been so productive. We had a lot of going on, lots of engagement with our members, with the partners, with possible partners. So I'm very glad that the event so far have been a success, and thank you so much for the support of each one of you. Before we start, I would like to thank a few people, especially our global coordinator, Virginia Costianaya, our global coordinator for communications, Natalie Fox, for all the support, my core team members, all the national coordinators, communication media coordinators, the fundraising team, the sub-regional coordinators, and also the hubs coordinators. Thanks so much for the support and engaging this event so far. Also, thank you for each one of the partners that have engaged with us this week. Before we start, I was just gonna go through quickly our program of today. Just give me a second. And just to go through with you so you know what we're going to expect for today. Today, the day is just dedicated for the national nodes. So you're going to get the chance to chat directly with the members, the core team members and coordinators for the seven official nodes of the ECOP Africa node. And we're starting today with Benin, Cameroon, and Ghana. Then we're going to have a session for 5 minutes for questions. You can direct your questions today by raising your hand, so you can speak up, or you can use the Q&A tool by the Zoom platform and drop your question there. I would like to just remind the national coordinators, please check this session of the Zoom platform, the Q&A session, just to see if anyone directed a question just for you or for your notes, so you can answer directly there by text. Also, after that, so after the first set of Benin, Cameroon, Ghana, we're going to have the Q&A, and then we're going to implement our preliminary survey of today. This preliminary survey have been implemented since the first day, each day with a different subject. So today also is going to be related just to national nodes, national level of the ECOP program. We want to understand from you, our members, what is important for us to go forward in the next upcoming years, especially for next year, what we can implement in terms of what the priority activities that you would like to have, what are the challenges as an ECOP in your country, and so on. So please participate in the survey. We're going to have half an hour to work through these questions and answer together and see the results at the end and discuss together with you, our members and partners. After that, then we're gonna proceed with our national coordinators showcasing now then Kenya, Liberia, Morocco, and Nigeria. And after that, we're also gonna have question, even though it's not written in the program, but we're gonna have 5 minutes dedicated to them. Again, please use either Q&A session of the Zoom platform and write your questions straight to the national coordinators, or raise your hand so you can speak up within this session. After that, we're going to proceed with our sub-regional coordinator for East Africa node, with Josephat Mokaya, with an interest webinar about entrepreneurship in blue economy for Africa. Thank you so much. So before also we proceed, I just want to introduce briefly about the ECOP program and the national nodes. Just a brief overview of the ECOP program. So the ECOP program, for those that are here for the first time and never heard about the ECOP program, we are the early career ocean professionals. We represent the regional node for the program, and we are one of the largest nodes of the global program so far. At the moment, the ECOP program has then 5 regional nodes, including ourselves, 15 national nodes, and these nodes can be either affiliated to a regional node or just be a country-based node. We have 5 test teams for the global ECOP program, and including in our database, at the moment, we have over 6,000 members of our network. Currently, we have 11 dorsed projects related to affiliated to the ECOP program, which is quite interesting. Now, as a ECOP Africa node, we have set up a few objectives which are related to understand the variety and diversity of our members within the network. So we would like to have an inventory of these ocean leaders, the young ocean leaders in Africa, which is quite imperative to understand the challenges and priorities. And then one of the second objectives of our node is to provide a situation assessments at regional and national level. Again, it's very important for us to see what's the best way to go forward and implemented a solid ocean sustainability across Africa, and especially enhancing your career in the ocean-related sciences or ocean-related positions. And the third and fourth objectives is to provide to our members activities related to capacity development and also ocean literacy. So we can improve scientific awareness related to marine conservation and marine biodiversity. Now, how can you benefit from the ECOP Global Program and also in the African node? We usually provide a series of webinars with specific thematics areas related to the ocean. We always providing that online and constantly, so please be tuned in our social media for the upcoming webinars. We also provide a mentorship and internship program within the ECOP program. So if you're interested on having an internship related to the ECOP program, you can reach out either to the national coordinators or to the regional coordinators or even the global coordinators to see opportunities. And also we can, in terms of mentorship, we can put you directly in touch with certain programs that provide mentoring for young scientists or ocean-related professionals. We also provide a database of networks and partners that can provide opportunities for your career. And at the moment, we also are building a database, a global database of opportunities where you can either get opportunities related to grants, travel grants, conference attendance, or fellowships, PhD and master's scholarships, and so on. So just stay tuned. You can also, just going back here, you can also find all the information related to the ECOP program in our webpage. So please visit there. You can find this information. I'll drop here the webpage where you can check all these opportunities. And for the ECOP Africa node, you can also check for opportunities at the bottom of our webpage. We have a link there with opportunities only related to African members or African ECOPs. So at the moment, excuse me, our organization structure comprises the coordinating team, which is myself and my program assistant, Chiamaka, who is going to be leading the Q&A sessions of today as well. We have the steering committee comprised of 5 sub-regional nodes, 2 hubs, which are the nodes that we launched this week, the Capacity Development Hub and the Ocean Literacy Hub. And we have 2 test teams, the fundraising team and the communications and media team. At the moment, we have 11 official national nodes, and some of them will be presented today. 6 other countries also have shown interest on becoming part of the network. And if you still want to become part of the ECOP program, please reach out to me and I'll tell you just now how we can establish your node in your country if you're interested. So these are our 11 official national nodes. They are Benin, Cameroon, Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, Morocco, Mozambique, Nigeria, Senegal, and Togo. Some of them will be then showcasing their best practices within the national level, providing some overview of the challenges and the future activities they would like to implement at the national level for the upcoming year. So just to have an overview of the ECOP Africa, In our database of December 2024, we have over 1,400 members within our network. So we are one of the largest regional nodes in the ECOP program. We are really proud of that. And this number, basically, we are reaching out to 49 different countries in Africa. We still have a lot to do. We still have a lot to improve in terms of numbers of members within certain countries. We still want to engage with other countries that are not part of the ECOP program, and also not forgetting the non-coastal countries. If you are from a non-coastal country and you want to engage in the Ocean Decade and with the ECOP program, don't hesitate. We are open to anyone, regardless of geographical region where you are in Africa. So please reach out to us. I just want to highlight here in terms of these numbers that for the 11 national nodes that we have officially launched and associated to the ECOP program, these 1,400 members represent 62% of the 11 nodes officially recognized. So that's a very good number. Thank you so much for each one of the national coordinators and core team coordinators at the national level that have been working so hard to improve our network, to reach out to the largest number of members within our continent. Thank you so much. Now, that's the interesting part that I have been asked all week to show a little bit how you can become or establish a national node in your country. So if you do want to become part of the ECOP program, you can either become just a member by registering in our database, or if you like to work closely as a core member team, if in a node that's already established, please contact the national coordinators directly. Some of them will be showing up the emails today. I also invite, please, national coordinators, you can drop your ECOP email in the chat stating the country, so the members of our network who would like to become part of the core team and engage with your team somehow can contact you directly. But also you can reach out to myself as a regional coordinator or our global coordinator. But now let's say if there is no yet official national node in your country, how you can start. First of all, please, you have to go to and read a little bit of our guidelines, which is provided in a ECOP program onboarding handbook. This handbook is also available freely online. Over there, you're gonna find a few steps where you can go through to get your node established. And once you read through this book, then you can start drafting your concept node. But the second step, before you even go to your drafting your concept node, I would suggest that you contact myself directly or our global coordinator, Virginia, so we can provide extra guidelines to you and your team. Secondly, the third step will be to designate your core team members with their clear responsibilities and roles, and also understand how you're going to structure your node. It's up to you to decide as a core team how you're going to structure that. You can either have one or more coordinators at the national level, or one coordinator and one co-coordinator or sub-coordinator, and so on. So it's up to you. Also, you can it's up to you and your team to decide how you want to provide in terms of the task teams. You can have a fundraising task team, a media, or capacity building task team. In the upcoming months, we would like to have focal points related to especially capacity building and ocean literacy, so you can engage more closely with the hubs that we just launched this week. All right, just a tip. And once you have established your core team, then you can start drafting concept node. What's the concept node? The concept node is basically providing a document where you can state the vision of your node, the mission of your node, the objectives of your node in terms of the members, not only reminding again, not only related to the core members, right? You're dealing to a national level, so you need to reach out to everybody that's related to the ocean and would like to engage in the ECOP program as a member. So you can provide this concept note, and then also in the concept note, describe how it's going to be the structure of your node, what are the expected activities in terms of capacity building, ocean literacy, or any other specific kind of activity they would like to conduct in the upcoming year. I advise also to provide a small action plan for the year they would like to be launched, for example, for 2025. But we can provide details of that directly by email if you contact myself or Virginia or both of us. So once you do that, then you send the concept draft for us. Then myself and Virginia, we're gonna review it and we're gonna provide you suggestion, get back to you with a review for that, what you exactly should improve, what you exactly need to clarify. Once we wrap that up, then we're gonna invite you to have an inception meeting with us so you can present for validation of your concept notes, you and your core team, right? To present this proposal or establishing a new node in your country. And then once we are happy with that, then we can officially make you a node. We're going to send out a letter with that, and then you're going to start building your network as a national node. So that meaning now you need to reach out to the members, you need to send out emails, build up your WhatsApp group, your LinkedIn webpage, any social media channel that you think would be suitable for your node in your country, where you can engage with a wide range of members, not only your core team. And finally, when you do that, then you're gonna be launching your web page as a node, and then you're gonna become officially part of the ECOP program. So if you do have any questions, you can either direct an email to me, to the UNESCO email, or to Virginia, and we are happy to provide more details about that. Again, if you want to join us, please, just 3 steps. Sign up and register in the database of the ECOP program. You can just check on the web page of the program. You can engage with the node like I explained, and also follow us on social media. If you want to support us somehow, we are open for support. Like I said earlier this week, at the moment, we don't have any support for at the national level, especially to the hubs or the test teams. So we need any kinds of support. You can become a partner or a sponsor of the activities. We can explain to you in more details by email or have setting up a building, but we are welcome also to collaborations and partnerships or any kind of support. Thank you so much. So now we can just proceed with the first presentation with, I'm gonna ask now Emmanuel, Huniham Emmanuel from Benin to start his presentation. Remember, please, Emmanuel, you have 10 minutes for your presentation. When it's 8 minutes, I'm gonna just raise my hand in my little profile for you to know that you have more 2 minutes to finish. Okay?
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. So I'm going to to share my screen and minute. Yeah, that is it. So, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having us, and thank you for making this happen today. So as Sarah said, I'm Emmanuel from Benin. I'm the national coordinator of this network in Benin, and today I'm going to share with you what we have achieved so far, what are our failures, and what we intend to do in the year to come. So quickly, so who we are. The network has been established just few months ago. So we started in February 2023 by a WhatsApp platform, setting a WhatsApp platform where we started discussing what we want to do and where we want to be and what we want to really achieve at the end of the decade. So and beyond the decade too, because ECOP should not stop just on the decade end, just on the decade end. But so that's why we set this node. And the Benin node is has been officially endorsed in October 2024. But in between February and February 2023 and October 2024, many activities have been going on within the nodes at the national level. So we have the first physical meeting, and which gather, let's say, 10 ECOPs in July 2023. And you can see the pictures. We have people on site and we have people online, and we were really honored to have the former coordinator Anthony with us, and the current national decades president, I will say, in my country, we have it with us. So the core team the core team that I lead is composed of Mrs. Donald Degeno, who is in charge of the technical and administrative affairs team, and the Mr. Gerard Zinzindohui, who is the lead of the communication team. So, but we are leading something, but behind us, we have 25 members, and 15 are currently active with us, because doing just seminars and webinars and co is not really, that does not keep people active. So, but we try to have at least 15. And so we have 3 ladies with us and 22 gentlemen. And our team is composed of biological oceanographer, fishery biologist, marine biology, social scientists, agronomists, coastal engineers, physical oceanographers, and we have GIS specialists among us. So as a success, what we have achieved so far, we have organized what we call Dialogue Oceanic in French. And we can translate it in English as Ocean Dialogue. This is a webinar where we gather people from different backgrounds, from every aspect. I mean, any stakeholder who thinks that he has a certain interest in attending this webinar is invited, and they present what they are doing, what is really challenging, and when we talk about ocean in our country. So far we have been able to organize 4. The first one was on the seagrasses, and the second one was about the macroinvertebrates. The third one on the management of the coastal infrastructures, and the last one was the one whereby we were discussing the sea level rise. So we were able to draw attention on it, and many of the stakeholders were really interested in joining this conversation that we had monthly. But just few months ago, we had to stop because many activities were going on for each member of the node. So we have to refrain a little bit. So what we have achieved also is about the support, what we call seed research grant. This is not big amount, but just something around $500, where we choose after it were granted each $500 to support the research, and that takes roots into the need of building the next generation. We are not completely fully established, but we think way to move. So as the challenges, as all of us we know here, and Sarah mentioned since the beginning of this week, constrained because we lack of money, and we lack of money seriously. We found a solution to go about it, which is a personal contribution from the members, which is around $20 yearly. And that allows us to carry out our research, our activities on the ground. We also have issue about the engagement and participation. People were really, I mean, it was tough to keep people active with us since we are only on webinars and we are not into physical activities like that. And the one, not the last, but not the least, but the last one, the visibility and the recognition. It was not easy to get recognition in our countries, so we had to, I mean, go ahead many challenges and try to liaise with many organizations in the country. Since we are not an NGO, we are not an, let me say, an official organization in the country. So the future direction, yeah, as a future direction, we thought we have to strengthen, I mean, our program and initiative and extend Dialogue Oceanic that we from January we go with another way to present it, to build partnership with international and the national organization, going to community outreach that we have been doing so far, and we need to strengthen it, to design low cost material, I mean, low cost devices to gather information, to gather data about the coastal observation. So and the third one will be a sustainability plan that we need to develop, a strategic plan to ensure long-term activities, long-term. Okay, got it. Quickly, I will wrap up. And they will increase the research contribution from different sources of funding. So if you want to support us, you can just join us. You can, first of all, scan this QR code here and to know about us, how we go, how we do things. And you can support us and partner with us with the time, what we want to do that I just shared with you. So thank you. Thank you for having me. And yeah, Sarah, I'm done.
Thank you, Gerha. Thank you so much. Oh, it's not Gerha, Emmanuel. Sorry, your name
Yeah,
is
you're
Gerha.
right.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. It was a wonderful presentation, and I'm so glad to see so much activities going on in such a short time. Because, by the way, ECOP Benin has been just launched, so you see that they've been engaged with the ECOP program despite of the challenges. They've been very active, and I really appreciate that for the whole core team of Benin Node. Thank you so much. So for now, we're gonna just proceed with the other national nodes, and then we can carry on with the Q&A session. If you want to do questions directly to Emmanuel, please use the Q&A button here on the bottom right of your Zoom platform. You can direct the questions to him while we're speaking to we're having the next speaker, who is, now we're gonna have Cameroon with Alex Tamo. Cameroon? Alex, you here?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm here. Let me share my
Hi,
screen.
Alex. Thank you so much. You can start your presentation.
Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Yeah. So, hi everyone, and welcome to this display. And my name is Alex Tabo. I'm the Eco Cameroon coordinator. And I'm going to share with you the snapshot of the Eco Cameroon notes and our challenges, priority, and best practices. So, I'll start by sharing a little bit of about my country. We are located in between Nigeria and Gabon, and we have a population of 28 million people on about 475,000 kilometers, and we have a coastal plain of 402 kilometers square and an EZ zone of 14,000, more than a little bit of 14,500 kilometers. So ECOP Cameroon was launched in the mid of this year, June of this year, and we have grown to about 70 registered members, made of engineers, researchers, conservationists, and mostly students. So from the moment that we were we were endorsed. We started working on several activity. We have three coordinators. National coordinator that I am. We have a communication coordinator, which is for Basandra, and a program coordinator, which is Edmond Kunche. So being the coordinator has not been easy, and we managed to uh, put together a certain number of activities. So I have to mention here that my country is a bilingual country. We have about 80% of our population speaking French, which is mainly French-speaking people, and the rest is English-speaking. So we launch our activity during the Ocean Day, during the which with a campaign, a cleanup campaign at the Limbe. So where we developed a cleaning campaign for Limbe and for Costa Town. So before doing that, we were having issue. I will come to the challenge that we're facing, but I just want to mention that while realizing that we're facing those challenges, we decided to take things down, and that's how the coordination team raised about 900 US dollars, sorry, and we use part of it to launch our activity with the ocean, the beach cleanup. So I will go directly to the challenge, priority, and best practice that we have. So I will start with our priorities, and right now we are planning we have developed a work plan to conduct activity for next year, and those activities are mainly based on training of our members, um, uh, community engagement and impact management, and the last one is uh, yeah, sorry. Yes, these are the main two. So first, the training is with the first thing that we have to do to realize this activity is mainly to secure funding and emphasize the national recruitment plan, and which right now is not very efficient because we have been basing on the on online on the online platforms like social media and WhatsApp. So now we have to develop a partnership with schools and communities, which, as you know, this implies that we develop we raise funds for that, so we have limited funds to realize that. But one of the priority also be to develop partnership with international and local organizations. But this implies that we need to legalize our notes, and which is one of our priority. And to legalize the note, we are facing some few challenges that we think is something that we will have to face. And so the next one, which is the biggest one, is develop and implement capacity building program for ocean professionals. So as challenges, as the previous note mentioned, we have an issue with funding. We need funding mostly, mainly for logistics and meeting people and meeting, uh, just talking about ourselves. So uh, and we have this difficulty of engaging with stakeholders and partners, which is mainly based on the fact that we are not legalized. But I think this is something that we'll have to address mainly at the beginning of next year. So, as I mentioned earlier, we are a country of bilingual country, having francophone and anglophone issue. Most resources and opportunity are mainly for the anglophone members. So it's difficult to have resources. When I talk of resources, I speak mainly of books or literature. So for francophone audience, but also opportunities that I imply the francophone one. So is a bit challenging for the most of our members. So as best practices, what we did is that since we're having issue with funding, we had to raise a funding, and this has helped us a lot because with the funding that we raised, we were able to start our campaign, which was like part of raising awareness about the ECOP Cameroon in those coastal cities. But also we launched an award which was like an image incentivize the ECOP network membership. You know, we were looking for a way to invite young ocean scientists to join us and to build the ECOP Cameroon network. But we realized that the China was not, we are in the phase of analyzing this because we have selected the awardees already. We just waiting for the of a professor from University of Douala to be available for us to finish with it, to finalize it. But we realized that we need to develop to explore other recruitment channels, including going to university and develop partnership with them and also local communities. So this is all that we prepared for you. And if you want to contact us, you can contact using the email on the screen. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alex, for a wonderful presentation and overview of ECOP Cameroon. I have to say that ECOP Cameroon has been very innovative by implementing this award of thesis awards in Cameroon. That was such a good best practice example that we can use within the ECOP program as a whole, not only at African regional node. And I think we should try to do that next year for the other nodes to see how we can provide these awards at the thesis and to the PhD levels for the ocean future ocean scientists. That would be very nice to see, you know, the broad range of types of study that have been undertaken as a whole in the continent. So thank you so much, Alex and the core team from Cameroon for this good initiative and example. Now we're gonna proceed with the next speaker, but just to remind you, you can also drop your question directly to the national coordinators if you want, using the Q&A session or the chat. Please feel free to do so while we're still on the speaker presentations. And also, I was going to ask kindly to all the national coordinators to please drop your ECOP email in the chat so everyone from the attendees and the members of our network can reach you out in a later stage if they want to, or potential partners or sponsors. So please drop your email in the chat. Now, and our next speaker is Gabriela Yeboah, from Ghana. Thank you so much, Gabriela. You're welcome to start.
Hi. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, it's a little bit soft, so you can speak a little bit louder so we can understand you.
Hi, can you hear me now? Is it much better?
Much better.
I
Yes.
think this is better.
Yes, much better now. You can start, Gabriela.
Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Right, so I'm Gabriela Yeboah from Ghana, and I'm among the many coordinators we have. We currently have 6 national coordinators for Ghana alone. Yeah. So I'm just going to go over our achievements while we have been coordinators, our challenges, and what we see ourselves doing. So far we have over 100 ECOP registered members on our WhatsApp platform, and also those who are not on our WhatsApp platform. We have been able to create a grant team for our region where we are focusing on applying for grants that would help sustain our activities in the node, and also to build projects that would help our ECOP members in general. Also, with opportunities and capacity building, we do well to share a lot of opportunities on our platforms, and also build capacity in the sense that we encourage them to join webinars. We not personally, or we haven't had an ECOP event this year, but we have partnered with so many others like GMS Africa, where we encourage our ECOP members to join. They are mostly into remote sensing and GIS applications, where our members get internships with them and are able to build their skills in these areas. We also encourage community engagement. This year, we were able to organize 2 beach workshops, beach cleanups, sorry. And also some of our ECOP members, including myself, we have also started an initiative where we engage in citizen science, where we teach the younger generation, or we teach younger children between the ages of 8 and 13 on ocean science. We take them through laboratory studies, field work, and other stuff. We also have seen a spike in participation in international events. Our national coordinators like Peter, Lord, have been able to represent us in very key ocean conferences and ocean events like the UN Ocean Decade Conference and COP29 and other events. Myself, I attended the ocean science meeting with some ECOP members where we presented our research. Our node encourages our members to always try and participate in these events so they are able to network at the international level, as well as present their work and research for collaborations and other stuff. And we are proud to also say that some of our ECOP members participated in some competitions concerning ocean innovation events. And yeah, one of the main events that happened in Liberia, where we had ECOP Ghana representation, where they won the Gaia competition for building a model to be able to detect ocean fisheries, small fisheries, sorry, I've forgotten what it is, my bad. Then we also have our representation in national dialogues, where we attend national events, which are in line with ocean science and fisheries management. The recent one we attended was the Fisheries Political Dialogue, where we had several ministries and people at the top, like government agencies and other agencies interested in the way forward for our fisheries management and whatsoever, where we had stakeholders from various fishing communities present. And we had media houses where ECOPs were also allowed to share their views. We were present as the students and ocean professional stakeholders in that event. Now for our challenges, we have, I think, a cut across funding limitations. We are unable to do what we want to do in terms of projects and in terms of organizing in-person workshops, in-person events where we come together, brainstorm and other stuff. A lot of ECOPs are actually losing so much interest because they don't see in-person activities. They don't, yes, mostly it's to do with the funding limitations and webinar fatigue. I got this from Sarah. They are tired of online webinars because that's what we've been doing, mostly online for them. Well, that's what we share with them and also what we've been able to collaborate with GMS with. And they get very tired. They are, we don't provide data for them. It's quite expensive in our region to stream a 2 hours webinar, 3 hours webinar. It's all on you, and some are unable to participate in these. Now, when we we have limited representation when we organize even some of our in-person events because, well, from our engagement with them, some of them are very far, geographical constraints. Also, some are still yet to understand what ECOP is to do, like how we bring together scientists. They are a bit shaky about that, but we are still working on that. And time constraints, like I said, people are still juggling academic research, their jobs with webinars and stuff like that. And it's always a constraint for us, or a problem, a challenge. So our way forward with our grant team, we are actively seeking funding opportunities that we'll be able to leverage on these opportunities to create opportunities again for our members, and also to be able to how do I put this, to create longevity in terms of projects and stuff like that, that would be under the ECOP Ghana, where we also create some opportunities. As we all know, our region doesn't really have much opportunities in terms of work and stuff like that. And we've heard their concerns, and we are looking forward to doing projects that would engage them, and also for them to have practical skills built for them to face the job market. We also want to enhance regional engagement, where all members would be happy to engage in ECOP Ghana activities, then also improve participation in our event, which is very key to us, because we don't want just coordinators there, and expand capacity and building efforts. We are on our way, strengthen our community engagement. We would look at incorporating more of the ECOPs into our citizen science initiatives, beach cleanups, and other events, workshops, strengthen our community engagement, improve our national and international representations, very key, because we believe that the more you go out there, the more collaborations you can get, and the more you can work towards your goal, or see other opportunities in ocean science, because here we are very limited and they don't really understand how broad our field is. Increase social media presence, which is something we are working on. So these are just a summary of some of the events that some of the ECOP people have engaged with in. We had our WAMS program, which was one of the main ECOP African events that happened in Ghana, 2023, latter part. And then we also see some of our members in these conferences. We have more pictures, but we couldn't fit them all onto the slide. Thank you so much, and I'm open to any questions, contributions, and yes, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Gabriela, for the wonderful presentation. Chiamaka is with you.
Okay. Thank you, Gabriela, Emmanuel, and Alex. Please, if you have any questions, kindly indicate by raising your hands, or you can direct your questions to them via the chat box or the Q&A session. Okay, so we have one from Volita. Is there cross-collaboration between the ECOP nodes, and what opportunities are there to collaborate?
Either Emmanuel or Alex Gabriela wants to answer that, or should I go ahead?
Sorry, could the question be repeated? So sorry.
It's in the chat here, in the Q&A session, sorry.
I don't see it. Okay, Q&A.
Yeah, Sarah, can I go ahead?
Yes.
Yeah. Currently, we have a point about CIS, which is coordinating, the project between the French-speaking ECOPs. This is not yet official. We are still working towards it, so that as you know, French is less spoken among us. So we have so many ECOP who speak French. So we need to work towards that, having them with us, because this is really important. So for that question, that is my just add to it. Hello?
I would like to also...
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Okay. I don't know if I could talk.
That was my answer to the question.
Okay.
Chiamaka?
Gabriela, do you want to comment on that?
Yes, I would like to. So with cross collaboration, we don't have any official collaboration yet, but then we do know that, or I have personally collaborated with people like from Nigeria node, especially, and Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know if they have an ECOP Cote d'Ivoire yet. So I think they do. Yes, where we, like I said, under the GMS program, we are able to meet up, and some are able to get opportunities. Some have been able to come study in Ghana and everything, and we are still looking forward to further collaborations, maybe project-wise, but we do collaborate, but it's not something official yet.
Okay. So let's hear from Divine. I think he has a question.
Thank you very much, and good morning here from Accra, Ghana. I am very happy to be part of this important fair and also to join as well. It's exciting to know how ECOP is doing so much in Africa, especially some of the countries, especially ones that have been aforementioned. My interest particularly is on some of the challenges, my focus again will remain on Ghana. Again, a little introduction. I serve voluntarily on IOC UNESCO for Ghana. And IOC UNESCO, I believe we all know, is responsible for championing the Ocean Decade, under which our beautiful Strong ECOP is a strong program under the several programs. I'd like to actually emphasize as a stakeholder and a share ECOP that I do not think Ghana's challenges of ECOP is fund limitation, number one. Or at any point in time, within the 4 challenges that have been outlined, I strongly, from the fact I gather, know that it is not fundraising. The problem of ECOP Ghana is transparency, inclusivity, as well as diversity. If we take strong understanding of the data of ECOP or representation of the membership of ECOP Ghana, you would understand that it is skewed. Yet, Ghana has a very rich source of ECOPs that are within the marine space. I have to be very honest with you. We have a very strong percentage of our investees that are vested in natural science as well as ocean and aquatic sciences in the country. And by far, that should explain and let us know that we have a lot of ECOPs across the country which require to be involved. We do not have that involvement, and I think that ECOP Africa as well as ECOP Global should consider how we can mechanize or come up with ways we can conveniently involve everybody. Because you know what is going to happen? We are going to be causing a lot of wastage. As I speak to you, ECOPs in Ghana have projects to themselves that are reaching out to ECOP Ghana, that ECOP Ghana is not really providing themselves to work with in the first place. I think there are other issues that maybe should be looked at, but for goodness sake, I think that there are already potentials and there are already resources we can make use of. The presenter for Ghana explains that their interest is to develop the citizen science of students in the university. Today, climate science is at the heart of the world, and as it is the heartbeat of all grants and other ways to develop the world. Blue carbon is one of them. There have been programs that individuals like me, by the grace of God, and institutions organize, and we involve ECOP. But ECOP has not been able to even maintain that relationship. I think we need to be able to understand the leadership of ECOP as well. There was a time I tried to engage ECOP Ghana to understand how leadership is changed or how leadership is transferred. I must let you know, my African coordinator, that I did not receive a good answer. And so I want to really advocate that if we want to make sure we are doing the best we can for ourselves and for ECOP at our voluntary levels and our resourceful levels, we need to pay attention to what is happening here in Ghana. We need to involve the right people. We need to get people involved that are indeed ocean carriers. We cannot frontline our ECOP coordination team when we don't have these rich sources. Where are we going? We need experienced people that are already there. We need to open ECOP up for participation. We don't have it in Ghana. And so I do not think fund limitation is the problem for ECOP Ghana. I think that inclusivity, diversity, outreach, and transparency is the problem for ECOP. And we are open to discuss this. And I think that ECOP Africa should take this as a big issue. The IOC UNESCO office in Ghana is prepared and always open for us to discuss this, as well as the numerous rich potential ECOPs that are in the country. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Divine. Thank you so much for this really insightful comments, and we definitely taking this in consideration. This issue that you raised is actually not only related to ECOP Ghana, it's across the ECOP, at least the ones national nodes that we are officially launched. And we need, yes, to have this transparency and open discussion with all the nodes in terms of, all right, what's your understanding of your role as a core member of a core program, and how you can maximize the efforts of the program itself, not only in your country, and diversify. That's a word also, diversify. We definitely would like to reach out to IOC at some stage where we can maybe discuss this more closely in between IOC, ECOP program, and the national coordinators, teams, and members of their network, to understand how we can, provide synergies or discuss synergies on how we can maximize the efforts together and going beyond the main, objectives of the national level. So we're definitely going to put out this into the table for next year, for 2025. That was a very rich comment, Divine. Thank you so much for bringing this up. I would like to, we are a little bit behind the time for Q&A session, but I would like just to allow Gabriela to comment on that. Please, Gabriela, you are allowed to comment on Divine's discussion here. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Divine, for what she said. I'm just going to quickly touch on some of the issues he raised. IOC UNESCO, yes, reached out to us during the WAMS event. I think, yeah, that was our first contact with them. And it was through Divine. I had spoken to his boss too as well. I met him again at one of our events. But my problem with IOC UNESCO is that every year they come to us asking us for, asking us to contribute to their annual reports. I think when we started the whole process with bringing about our node and everything, we did reach out to Eugenia and asked her about this whole thing. And she said, if there's any problems, we can, once we are reporting to ECOP Africa coordinator and everything, that is fine. So you have programs as IOC UNESCO. You claim you reach out to. I'm not aware of you reaching out to any of the events you organize as IOC UNESCO. You shared with us your report, and I saw so many events that happen with CSIR. I'm really happy we could collaborate, but you don't tell us, or you don't invite us to these programs, yet still you want us to report to you, which I feel is very weird. I report to everybody that tells us, Africa coordinators, everything, we work to report that. But I'm not going to report to people that do not put or bring ECOPs into the limelight or even share or any opportunities, but yet still want us to report to you because you are IOC UNESCO. I think there should be a formal, I think like Sarah said, yes, we should have a back, we can discuss this, but like he's saying, every ECOP event we've organized, I think Blessing and Anthony, the past coordinator, can be witnesses that we pay for our own events. And if IOC UNESCO is ready to fund for us, why not? Because that's the whole point, exactly. We don't want any funding problem. So if you can give us the funding, or if you can let us be a part of your events, we would be glad to take that. But you don't send me messages or last minute emails and tell me to report to IOC UNESCO. Unfortunately, I don't do my things like that. And I'm very hurt that this had to come to this platform on this stage, but yeah, it is what it is. But yes, you can always come to us later and we can discuss the possibility of a better collaboration, a transparent one, and one that we can move forward peacefully. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gabriela. I just want to clarify that IOC UNESCO has been one of the partner number one of ECOP program as a whole. So yes, as ECOP program, we do have to report back to them because they are one of the biggest supporters of the ECOP program, and it's also a very good networking that we have as a partner to maximize our efforts. So even though we are not, let's say, practically related to IOC as a national level, but the whole ECOP global program, it is supported and have the hands first hand with IOC UNESCO. So indirectly, we do have to engage with them more closely. But this discussion, we can go forward later in the next Q&A session. Please just hold on a bit. This is very interesting. We are open to discuss further on that with all the stakeholders interested in the ECOP program, but we do have to move on in our program. So sorry. Just to clarify one question here, last one that we have from Oscar Mukiri, from about the leadership of the nodes. So about the leadership of the nodes, again, it's up to the emerging nodes when they are conceptualizing the node to decide how they can change leadership. Although we have figured out throughout the years that this type of clarity hasn't been stated in these concept nodes. And that's what I'm trying at the regional level to implement now to get all the national nodes, not only the upcoming ones, but also the ones that have been established already, to discuss with them, the core team and the members, how they're going to change leadership and in what situation, because we have some recent challenges with one of the national nodes. I'm not going to cite here, but we had to discuss this closely and try to minimize the issues that raised within the core team. So it's always good to have this transparency also in the concept node on how they're going to change leadership. Again, the core program is in line with the UN Ocean Decade, which means 10 years. We still have 5 years to go. So how this leadership is going to change, and is it voting or not? This is up to the national nodes to decide and how they want to do that, and also how they can engage more closely with their members of their network. Just reminding you a little bit, Ghana is one of the top 3 of the ECOP national nodes in Africa. They have, just give you the numbers exactly, 143 registered members, and really appreciate Ghana nodes efforts throughout this ECO program, and we have to recognize it with being one of the most productive so far in the ECO program, and also reaching out to the members of the network. Thank you so much. Now we can proceed, please, with the program. I see we have now 30 attendees. I'm going to invite you all for you to participate in our preliminary survey that I'm going to launch right now. So we're going to go through 6 questions. Can you see the poll? Everyone can see the poll that I just launched. We're going to go through 6 questions. Each of these questions is so important for us to engage with us and give your opinion about it, because then we can, in situations like this, transparency, diversity, and so on within the nodes, and also in terms of the activities at the national level, we can try to improve for the next 5 years of the ECOP Africa. So I'm going to give for each of these questions 1 minute for you to answer. And then at the end of the survey, I'm going to explain the results and we can discuss quickly. However, because we are really a bit behind time, I'm going to try to shrink a little this survey. But please, I'm going to really ask each one of the attendees to participate in the survey. Remind the panelists, unfortunately, cannot vote. Only the attendees of today's event. So for our first question is, in your opinion, at what level would you like to engage with your node at the national level, right? Become a member of the core team of national nodes. Second option would be become a focal point of relevant hubs and testings. For example, the Capacity Development Hub or Ocean Literacy Hub. You would like to be a focal point. or I do not have interest in engaging officially with the Node core team, but I would like to take part in relevant discussions such as validation workshops, regional and national consultations, etc. Or you just will have other option that's not stated here. So I'm gonna give you 1 minute to answer this question, please. Question number 1. So again, how you can engage at your national node, what you like to do in terms of your national node. You want to become a core team member? You want to become a focal point in certain subjects, not only to relate to capacity development and ocean literacy data aside any other things, such as, for example, climate change adaptation or innovation, any other relevant team that you like to be as a focal point of the core team, or you don't have any official interest in becoming an official member, but you would like to engage more closely in discussions like workshops and consultations. Now I can move on to the second question. As our activities are mostly undertaken in English, do you think the language barrier is a relevant issue or engaging more actively with the ECOP program and within your node? So you think the language is a barrier because we basically undertake most of our activities, at least at the regional level and global level in English? Please answer yes or no. Simply as that. I'm going to give 1 minute for that too, quickly. All right, let's move on. I encourage our participants, please engage with this survey. It is so important to understand how we can improve our efforts at the national level. Please answer those questions. So for question number 3, what type of priority support should we provide for our national members in the next year, 2025? So what kind of priority support we should provide to the members at the national level? Paid training opportunities, option 1. Option 2, travel grants for field work and or conference attendance abroad. Or alternative 3, scientific awards like theses and projects like the one that Cameroon launched this year, publication guidance, waivers, grants, and any other supports in terms of publications. So what type of priority support would you like to see at the national level? I'm going to give you 1 minute for that. All right, let's move on for question number 4. In your opinion, what's your priority number 1 for next year for your node at the national level? Remembering, if you do not have a national node officially launched on your country, you can still think about at the regional level how you can benefit from that. Okay, so what's your priority number 1 for you for next year as a member within the ECOP program Africa node? Conduct a national needs assessment with the members, scientific institution, and private sector of your country. That's option 1. Option 2, provide a list of available national resources for ocean-related career opportunities in your country. The national resources would be the research facilities like labs, conference rooms, field work equipment or lab equipment, and so on, that you could reach out to whoever's holding these resources to make use of them. And option 3 would be prepare an action plan with clear measurable indicators. So what's the priority number 1 at the national level? It's conducted a needs assessment to understand the priorities and challenges of your node at the national level as a member of the ECOP, or provide a list of national resources, or provide an action plan. I'm going to give you 1 minute. All right, so question number 5, in your opinion, what networking deliverables should your node improve next year? So what are the networking deliverables that you would like to see within your node at the national level or even at the regional level? Option 1, promote local side events related to the UN Ocean Decade. Option 2, interact with relevant stakeholders from outside the national network or core team members of the ECOP program. Option 3, develop joint and frequent collaborative initiatives with the regional node and all the national nodes within the ECOP program, just the subject that we were talking about just now. The 4th option will be strategies in which nodes can apply for grants or any financial aids in any allowance to coordinate a team. So what you would like to see as a deliverable for networking next year? Promote local side events. Number 1. Number 2, interact with relevant stakeholders from outside the national level network or core team members, or develop joint collaborative initiatives at the regional or other national nodes, or provide strategies in which the nodes can apply for a grant or financial aid to coordinate a team. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. And again, I see there are lots of attendees today in our today event haven't answered yet. Please join us in this survey. It's really, really important for us to understand how we can improve the ECOP program activity for the African continent in the upcoming years, and especially targeting for the new year 2025. Please answer to the survey for us to improve our activities. Now, for the last question will be, what mechanisms or platforms would you prefer for regular communication and collaboration within your node at the national or regional level, right? Option number 1, you would like to see as a communication or collaboration platform, monthly virtual meetings, option 1. Option 2, national node website forum for discussions and updates. Option 3, quarterly in-person or hybrid workshops. Again, that story of the webinar fatigue, the quarterly workshop would be nice to update and keep the transparency of the activities going on for each node. And the last option would be regular email updates. So you can receive regular monthly email updates for your national node, from your national node. So I'm going to give you 1 minute for that. All right, I'm gonna go again through the 6 questions quickly as a last review of the survey, and then we're gonna see the results. The first question be, in your opinion, at what level would you like to engage with your node? First option, become a member of the core team. Second option, become a focal point. Or second option or third option, I do not have interest in engage officially, but I would like to be engaged in more discussions related to the node at the regional, national level, or none of those. The second question will be, as our activities are mostly undertaken in English, do you think the language barrier is a relevant issue? Yes or no? Third question, what type of priority support would you like to see at the national level in your node? You want to see paid training opportunities, option 1. You want to see travel grants, option 2. Option 3, scientific awards, or the last option would be publication support in terms of guidance, waivers, grants, or the support for publications. The fourth question, in your opinion, what's your priority number 1 for next year at your national level, regional level? Option 1, conducting national needs assessments. Option 2, provide a list of available national resources for ocean career, related career. And option 3, prepare an action plan. So what do you want to see as a priority number 1 within your node or at the regional level? Question 5, we have, in your opinion, what networking deliverables you want to see for next year? Option 1, provide local side events. Option 2, interact with relevant stakeholders from outside the national network or core team members. Option 3, develop joint and frequent collaborate initiatives with the regional node or other national nodes within the ECOP program. Or you want to develop the strategy in which the nodes can apply for grant and any financial aids for the coordination at the national level. And finally, the last question, what mechanisms would you prefer for regular communication within your node? You want to receive monthly virtual meetings? You want to get national node website forum discussions and updates? You want to receive quarterly in-person hybrid workshops in your country, or you want to receive regular email updates? Which one of the options? Now I see we only had 28 attendees answering to this question. I'm gonna give 2 more minutes to finalize the survey. Please try to answer all the 6 questions. It's so important for us. Thank you. All right, 1 more minute. Okay, I'm gonna end up the survey now so we can display the results and discuss one by one quickly so we understand what priorities we should target for next year at the regional and at the national level. All right, let me just go through here, share the results. All right, I believe everyone now can see the results of the survey. Thank you so much for everyone who has engaged in this survey. Today we have 30 or 36 participants answering. So for question number 1, what level of engagement you would like to have within your node at the national level? 62% of the respondents said become a member of the core team, followed by 34% to become a focal point. So we definitely need to incorporate the discussion at the national level. Coordinators, please, with that in mind, bring this on to next year for discussion with your members, how you can incorporate more members in your core team or providing opportunities to become a focal point. The second question, yeah, 62% answered that yes, English is a barrier language to engage more closely with activities within your nodes. So we will try to also improve that by either asking the communications and media team at the national and the global level and regional level to provide materials in different languages such as Portuguese, French, and Spanish, or any other African language that you would like to. It would be nice for the national coordinators to reach out to the members to understand what priority language would that be, at least selecting two languages besides your national language. The third question then would be, what type of priority support would you like to see for the national members of your network? Let's see, 41% would like to see travel grants for field working or conference attendance. That's very good. And 24% followed scientific awards such as theses and projects. Okay, we can try to get this going next year, but we do again need support from our sponsors. We need the sponsors to be by our sides on this. Fourth question, what's the priority number one, within your node? 45% of the respondents said we need to conduct national needs assessments. All right, national coordinators, so please put that in your agenda for the next year. We need to discuss that further, how we can standardize this question. Perhaps IOC Ghana and IOC General, we can do this together as a joint project. I think it's really needed at the national level to understand many other things, not only related to capacity development, but other subjects related to ECOPs. But these also were followed by 38% following choosing an action plan needs to be implemented with clear measure indicators. I already brought this up with the team, and we are trying to do that this year. Unfortunately, we just were wrapped up with the short time that I had to undertake my role, but I do want to get them going, the action plan at the national level, right? Fifth question. We have, in your opinion, what deliverables at the networking level you want to see next year? Let's see, 34% said they want to develop joint and collaborative initiatives more frequently at the regional and national levels between different national nodes. That's very good. And also promoting side events with 31%. So we're also looking to that for next year. And finally, what mechanism of communication you would like to receive at the national level? You want to receive 50% said quarterly in-person hybrid workshops. We also need to look into that, getting maybe a host institution at the national level to see if you can conduct this quarterly workshop to invite your members to see what you've been doing at the national level as a ECOP national node and how they can engage more closely with you. Thank you so much for everyone. I can give 3 minutes for comments. If anyone wants to comment on this survey, please raise your hand. Anyone would like to comment? No comments? I see here on the Q&A. Yes, Alex.
Yes, I want to comment about the award, the question that was related to the scientific award. So I just want to mention that for us, when we did the award, we realized that we had a lot of people applying from Asia, like Bangladesh and other countries. So I just want to, I don't know if Constania is around, but maybe this will be something interesting to do at the global level because there are a lot of people interested in something like that. Even though we just wanted to select people from Cameroon. So I just to mention that.
Thanks, Alex. We're definitely gonna take this at the global level as well. In the core team member, I do have a meeting next week with the global core team, and I'm gonna bring this up. I see that some regional nodes are already conducting a similar award. So we can also try to, provide the same opportunities for all. And so also understand how did they get the funding for this award. Again, when they do these kind of initiatives, it has to be through the support to some sponsors or collaborators. So we need to just understand also from them how they conducted at the regional and national level, and also in the global ECOPs. Thank you so much. Anyone else would like to comment on the survey? Okay, so our survey has ended. Thank you so much, everyone who participated on this. We can now carry on with the next speakers of the day with the national coordinators. Now I'm gonna welcome Kenya with Pauline. Welcome, Pauline, you there?
Yes, let me share my screen.
Yes, you can. Are you as a panelist? Oh, I need to authorize. Yeah, there you go. I think you are as panelist. Okay, cool. You may start, Pauline. Just reminding you have 10 minutes. And when it's about 8 minutes, I'm gonna raise my hand in my profile so you know that you only have 2 more minutes. Okay, thank you.
Hope you can be able to see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Yes, I'm Pauline Mwangi. I'm the Kenya coordinator. And today we are celebrating the Jamhuri Day. This is the year that we got independent. So ECOP Kenya was established in the year 2023 on February. And since then, we have engaged ourselves in various activities. Our first activity, we attended the 6th meeting of the IPBS that took place at National Museum in Nairobi, and we had about 16 ECOPs who were in attendance. Then last year, we also participated in the Africa Climate Summit that also happened in Nairobi, and it was presided by the African Youth Climate Assembly, and we had a number of ECOPs that participated in the same. And also we had, in collaboration with the government of Kenya and GEOS, we had the introduction of the Ocean Hub in Kenya, and we had 18 ECOPs who participated in the same process. And last year, we had a number of ECOPs from Africa who were engaging in the coastal activities, and I was one of them. We are about 7 ECOPs from Africa level who joined the coastal group. And during this year on March, I represented all the ECOPs in Africa in the meeting on ocean observation and prediction for coastal sustainability in Africa. And this year also during the Ocean Decade Conference in Barcelona, we had a number of ECOPs who participated in the virtual program. We had Kevin who was speaking about the trash talk, and I emphasized on the energy efficiency using the fuel efficient cook stoves that helps in conservation of forest. And we had Kisilu Meli who spoke about the core benefits of mangroves. And we had the big ship where Bosco Juma presented on the how ECOPs participate in mangrove conservation. And we had a presentation on Project Mikoko by Bilonga from Kemfree. And also we participate in ocean literacy programs. Last year, we had IOI, and I was one of the people who represented the ECOPs in Kenya. In Barcelona, we had a dinner, and Virginia was also in the dinner. We also are able to participate in World Ocean Day that took place in Kwale County. We held a loud also 15 ECOPs who were in attendance, and we were given a small token to brand ourselves with t-shirts, and we presented on the trash talk and marine pollution. And since then, we have participated in webinars, and our first webinar was on global carbon trading market, and the second was on nature-based solutions. This took place online, and so far we have faced a number of challenges. One being insufficient funding for research projects. Most of the ECOPs that are in ECO program from the previous presentation have allowed 76 who are participating in the postgraduate, and most of them are involved in research projects. And we have insufficient funding on the same, and few opportunities for mentorship from experienced professionals, limited access to grant and scholarship. And this is a matter to all ECOPs, whereby we cannot be able to apply grants as ECOPs. So that has been a problem, especially to ECOP Kenya. Difficulty in finding stable and long-term employment, a limited availability of internship and fellowships, and challenges in building professional networks. And we propose that if we can have access to state-of-the-art research facilities and equipment, that will help us to develop a ECOP Kenya. And if we can be able to access grants easily and scholarship, and creating platforms for networking with professionals, if there can be platforms where you can be able to interact direct with mid and senior levels in the ocean-related activities, and also on being mentored, and also long-term strategies to ensure sustained support for ECOPs. As we know that most of the ECOPs are working voluntarily, and I think this is not sustainable. So if we can get long-term strategies, that this will be of great help to ECOPs, and promoting gender equality in ocean-related fields, and creating an inclusive environment that support all ECOPs, and creating job opportunities in academia, industry, and also at the governmental sectors, encouraging participation from diverse backgrounds and the indigenous people. And if you can also get the career guidance in the ocean-related activities and get support. So those are some of the solutions that we are proposing as ECOP Kenya. So if you would like to join ECOP Kenya, this is the link, the WhatsApp group. And also you may visit our webpage, and I'll provide the email in the chat to those who'd like to have the ECOP Kenya email. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pauline. It was very good overview of ECOP Kenya, and I'm very glad to say that ECOP Kenya is the top 2 in the ranking of the ECOP national nodes. Thank you so much, ECOP Kenya, for all the efforts you have been done for the ECOP program at the African level. You've been really engaging actively so far, and this is so good to see. Thank you so much, Pauline, and everyone from the core team of the ECOP Kenya. I just wanted to jump now to the next speaker, so we can, if you want to ask any question directly to Pauline, you're welcome to use the Q&A session or chat directly with her using the chat here of the webinar. But I have to go forward now, introducing ECOP Liberia with Urias Taylor. Welcome, Urias. Thank you so much. Hello, Urias. Can you hear us?
Yes, good morning. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Now we can. Yes.
Okay, good morning. I'm Uriah Taylor, ECO Liberia National Coordinator. As you can see, the email there for ECO Liberia. So this is sorry that my computer. Come on. Can you see this? Can you see the screen? Hello, Sarah?
Yes, we can. We can see your screen.
Okay, that's our structure. We have I there in the picture. Next to me is the co-coordinator, and we have the secretary, who's a female. And then next, this is what it's like for ECO Liberia. We were endorsed in 2024, early 2024 first quarter, and some of the aim of ECO Liberia was to empower young youth individuals with keen interest in the career in marine science and conservation. So interestingly, one of my co-coordinator actually based in Portugal, so most often everything we do is remotely. So because he's somebody with a background in marine conservation and marine science. So some of the things we tend to look at is also work along with national stakeholder information policy that will guide safeguard the nature, the marine, Liberian marine ecosystem, and then align our objective with the United Nations Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development Program. And our objective to get this achieved is the initiative program, which will constitute the following ocean literacy education. Subsequent time, we will coordinate with our ocean literacy team, especially when we have the blue curriculum being published, and that we can use to disseminate information with young students or students in high school that will probably attract them to pursue a career into ocean science. So raise public awareness and some of the things that we know we have to see the ocean as something of our own. So some of the engagement will look into the future, will carry our public awareness into ocean coastal community and telling them how important the ocean is to us, not seeing it as something else, but whether we should protect and ensure that the health of the ocean is also about the health of us as well. So ECO Liberia also looking into affiliate with other organizations, diplomatic mission, and other relevant agencies within government. So it's important to use the affiliation to leverage diverse expertise, resource, and network to drive impactful initiatives for sustainable coastal and marine ecosystem conservation in Liberia. So here is our challenge. We see all of these objectives, but then we have this challenge that is still a barrier for us, that if we can get these things done, we might find it difficult to achieve most of our objectives. First and foremost is that we are concerned that while the should is a global network, but we think that if we must get the support and collaboration in the country, we must be legitimate. This is something I've been talking for the last 2 years, and then I think the last meeting we had did mention it here. So because if we are legalized, we think with this we can be able to solicit the support and form partnership, and also ensure that this institution is credible, and this is we can form a collaboration partnership with. And all of it has to do with some of the things that may hinder this is a very bit of resources for startup. So if you want legitimize, it requires a lot of legality, paperwork, and it requires some more resources to get this started. And if this is all done, then we can formally launch ECO Liberia. Even though we have, as part of the organizational structure, we have a membership of 40 people. I think we already have a WhatsApp group, but then we thought that it's also important that we can start to go more into high school and ensure how we can get this message started from starting up from high school, and then that could also drive interest into young people or the high school thinking about what to look for in the future, especially when it comes to career in ocean science. So what are some of the benefits I personally have had with my affiliate is I've been able to join other network that is driving the decade program. For example, I'm a member of the African Network Deep Sea Research. Through this network, I've been opportune to do other training courses in deep sea mining with the UK seabed resources through the ISA. And then I've also had an opportunity to go on a training with the Global Ocean Acidification here in Liberia. We had a week-long training on ocean acidification with other colleagues from across Africa. So as you can see, I've achieved, there was an intensive 8 weeks training in deep sea mining, and I also completed an in-person basic training ocean acidification. So ECOP Liberia action plan is in the short term is to launch ECOP Liberia across university and schools, high school in Monrovia, and our long term as an area that we have to start up awareness in coastal community and other some discussing the importance of the ocean to the coastal to high school students. And also our long-term plan is to embark on several webinar and seminar addressing ocean conservation, develop short ocean educational video, and then collaborate with school to integrate ocean literacy into their program. To conclude, to have all of these achieved, we must have the availability of financial resources, which is a serious barrier to overcome, and collaboration, cooperation among our leadership structure is something that is a challenge for us, but we think in the coming year, this is something that we're going to look at. If the need be that we have to replace some of our core team members, that would be the case. Because I think, like I said, if we spread out this message into university, especially those ones that are offering courses in marine science, there could be interest, and I would think that that would even lead us to be a much stronger core team with a lot of young, enthusiastic young people. So time commitment should also be relevant if we achieve some of this action plan. Thank you. This is all I have for ECOP Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Urias. What a rich presentation you did today. Thank you so much. This is so nice to see how productive our national nodes are at the national level and with the engagement of the core team. Thank you so much. Despite of all the constraints that we have, especially in terms of financial support or any kind of in-kind support, like printing materials, but they do carry on their activities. Thank you so much. If you have a direct question for Urias, please use the Q&A session at the bottom of the Zoom platform, or you can use the chat. We're gonna move on now with the next speaker. I'm gonna invite now our ECOP Morocco with Zara, our interim national coordinator. Please, Zara, we welcome to step in. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Do you hear me very well?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. I will share my screen.
Yes.
I hope you can see my screen.
We can see now.
Okay, let me just, okay, present. Okay. Let me just introduce myself. I am Zahra Oqba, and I have a PhD in biological oceanography, and I work as a stock assessment data analyst in KAUST, Saudi Arabia. At the same time, I am interim coordinator of Morocco node. I will be today presenting what we have done in ECOP Morocco, and also the challenges we have faced, and also what we have the intention to do. As you know, Morocco is situated in the north west Africa, and we are a very structured node with an official page in ECOP website, and we are 6 people in the team. Let's start about what we have done so far. We are going to start with ECOP Morocco lunch gathering, sip, sea and snacks. We have did this gathering in January 2024. That's when January is the month where ECOP Morocco have launched. After that, we participated in IUC UNESCO's second in-person African Task Force meeting in Rabat in February. Then in April, we had the chance and the honor to be present in Ocean Decade conference in Barcelona. After that, we also, how can I say it, organized an event at the University of Mohammed V in Morocco, in Rabat, in May. And this event called like the ECOP session. After that, we participated in National Dialogue of the Blue Economy in June. And then we participated in Regional Conference of Youth in Africa 2024 in July. And last, we were awarded a grant of, it's a small grant of Future Earth Coast in 2024. So, but we have a slight problem with this because for now, to receive the grant, it's another discussion. So this is it's part of the challenges we had. So since we late for official legal status, it's difficult to receive the grant. And that's one of the challenge and obstacles we had because we wanted to use this amount of money for one of our future programs or what we wanted to organize later next year. We had some challenges. I'm not going to say a problem, coordination and engagement issues, difficulty in maintaining regular communication, but now we have fixed this challenge basically. We had also challenge in securing financial support for initiative and campaigns. We had difficulties in building connections with national institutions and stakeholders. Most of these problems are because we don't have an official legal status. And then we have a membership stagnations. So there is not many people are joining ECOP Morocco. So what are our priorities for now? We want to expand the network and strengthen the different teams within the node. We want to focus on educations and training. Also to engage more motivational and empathic resilience. We want to enhance the national and regional and international cooperation. This is an overview of our projects that we have the intention to start in 2025. So the first of all, like national conference and also a series of webinars that will be called Mon Maroc Bleu or Blue Morocco. We wanted also to do a campaign of sensibilization at universities. We want to start from one university and go to other universities, sensibilization in terms of ocean science, ocean literacy, and many more. We wanted also to do a cleaning, like beach cleaning, also cooperation with Blue School. Maybe we can have more collaboration with Namibia and Brazil online. We wanted also to develop or create a YouTube channel to diffuse informations regarding the ocean, information that maybe there might be like in terms of learning about the ocean, sensibilization about the ocean. And also we want to, of course, have more visibility and we have more looking for more engagement and more people into our team. And thank you. We did a very how can I say it, a sum up of this presentation. We didn't want to load you with words and with sentences and so much time, so we had to make it short and brief. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zara. What an enriching presentation as well. As you can see, ECOP Morocco also has been launched this year and has done so much in terms of the activities with engagement with their members at not only in Morocco but at the regional level. And I really appreciate all the efforts of ECOP Morocco with that. Yes, and some of the challenges raised, as you see, it's a common challenge for not only ECOP African national nodes, but the ECOP global as a whole. And we need to go forward in these discussions and in terms actually to how we can manage the funds that we get for each national node and how they can manage that funding. We have to go forward with this discussion at a later stage, and we would like to involve the members of the network with that also for discuss the way forward to improve this session on how we can support the ECOP national core team with the funding opportunities that we're gonna have. Thank you so much, Zara. Now, if you do want to direct your questions to Zara, please use Q&A session. We then have to proceed now with Nigeria. Please welcome Anthony. Anthony, please. Now the floor is yours.
Thank you
Hello,
very much. Can
Anthony.
you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
now we
thank you
can
very
hear
much.
you.
Thank you. Okay, let me share my screen.
All right.
Can you see my screen?
We cannot see it yet. Hello, Anthony, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You may share your screen. Yeah, now it's starting, yes.
Can you see the screen now?
Still loading. Just give a few minutes. Still loading, Anthony.
Okay. So,
Not yet. Would you like me to try? Oh, there you go. There you go.
can you see the screen?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay. Let me put it in the presentation mode. All right. Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be part of this team. My name is Anthony Akwan, and I'm the national coordinator for the ECOP Nigeria node. Is this screen in presentation mode now, Sarah?
Not yet. We can
coming up.
see your screen.
Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yes, now we can see. Thank
All right,
you.
thank you. Thank you very much. So it's a great pleasure to be here. Like I said, my name is Anthony Akpan, and I am the ECOP Nigeria node coordinator, and I'll share with you some what of our achievement and some of the things we've been able to do in the last couple of years. Briefly, some of the things we've been able to achieve, just like other nodes have said, we've been able to organize monthly meetings, even though this has been challenging in getting people to attend. This has been mostly online. And also we've been able to put together a series of webinars on various ocean topics, including ocean literacy, Ocean Decade, Africa Roadmap, and World Ocean Day. We've also worked towards establishment of a working group on blue economy and deep sea bed mining, media and advocacy, and etc. These are basically designed to drive forward the objective and create more visibility. But we've been challenged, in actually because of volunteers to take lead on this group, but functioning effectively is still a challenge due to funding and related logistics. Currently, we are in discussion with the ECOP Germany around collaborating on a project which has to do with building capacity, particularly around for youth around the value chain of the blue economy, and we are still in discussion. More recently, our attendance, particularly this year, has been our participation in the Blue and Marine Economy US West African Coastal Resilient Research Consortium workshop that was held between 19th to 21st of August at the Lagos State University, where we exhibited. You can see me with we win ECOP banner. We had an exhibition stand and where we made flyers and shared more information about ECOPs generally, where participants, because the conference was an international conference that had participants from outside Africa, including the US and some European countries and from India as well. So we're able to project and also create awareness about the global ECOP program. Our participation in this event, I mean, I funded it personally because I had to pay registration fees and exhibition stand fee and other printing materials, And also, we also had participation in the Coastal Ocean Environment Summer School in Nigeria and Ghana at the University of Lagos, where I have some of my coordinator, Chinoso Mobike, and some other ECOP members, Dr. Ngozi Ogugwa of the Nigerian Institute of Oceanography and Marine Research, who also attended. These are particularly activities which we've been able to participate and engage this year. Yeah, going forward, our planned activities, like I talked about, ongoing discussion with ECOP Germany around building capacity for youth. We actually have a continental proposal, African Youth Blue Economy Capacity Development Project, which we think it will build amongst youth on the marine and blue economy value chain, including its career and employment opportunities in Nigeria and abroad, which is also applicable to other African countries. Then other key activities we are looking at, because is the development and implementation of the marine and blue economy education program for school and coastal communities in Nigeria. We see this as being important in the context that we need to reach, even at the primary school level, at the secondary school level, how do we get more young people into ocean sciences? The bunch of ECOP we have right now are people that got into marine sciences by chance, not that deliberately had mentors or or awareness, like here, we just like, okay, I want to read medicine, I can't get into medicine, there is the course available, so we have to be deliberate in encouraging and educating our upcoming generation, particularly girls in primary and secondary school, about careers and opportunities in the ocean sciences, so that we get more oceanographers and more marine scientists from the continent, because capacity of the continent generally around the ocean sciences is still very low. I've attended a couple of events outside the continent where you just see very few representation from African countries. So we think a program like this will encourage our young people, particularly girls in primary and secondary school, to begin to understand the opportunities available in ocean sciences, and they can also look beyond the traditional courses our parents want us to read, medicine and engineering and all of that, and also see that there's a future in ocean sciences. We're also looking at, there's the ongoing debate around deep seabed mining and all of that, which being conducted at the ISA, which countries are still debating. So for all, we think it is important that ECOPs get involved in this discussion and also lend their voice, because deep seabed mining has so many consequences, why countries are beginning to look at it as source of income to boost their national economy. We also don't look at the ecosystem and the environmental impact. The deep sea is yet to be fully understood, and you're already thinking of mining the seabed, which will cause severe, unrepairable environmental damage. Even from the land mining we have in the oil sector in Nigeria, in the Niger Delta, those communities are completely devastated. Pollution, the water sources, and the land has been degraded. There's no more economic activities going on in those areas. So we need to really stand up and speak up against deep sea mining. So these are some of the activities we are planning for the next year. And finally, like other people have also mentioned, we are working voluntarily, and we are using and sacrificing our personal resources in achieving the bit we've been able to achieve, and which is not really sustainable. So there's need for a structured honorarium, for national coordinators to be able to also meet basic logistics to make it more effective. You will need to travel more. Like, for example, in Nigeria, most of the national oceanographic agencies are in Abuja, and I'm based in Lagos. So if I need to go to Abuja, and I'll need to travel, I'll need to fly, so all these are costs that we think should be covered for progressive engagement. So there's need for honorarium for all national coordinators who are currently working voluntarily and pro bono. And like others have also mentioned, lack of funding for project activities. Like we have highlighted some of our key activities that we want to implement from next year. I think particularly the this last two activity, the capacity building for blue economy, and this development and implementation of money for schools could be adopted. I'm just suggesting as because the ideas and the issues cut across the continent, so probably at the ECOP, at the continental level, we can have like a continental program as part of the key strategy, because the AU and the African Union and UNDP earlier in the year just recently launched and activated the implementation of the blue economy strategy for the continent in July. And it means that countries are beginning to implement their blue economy strategies, So there's need for ECOP to keep key in these processes and for us to take this, if we engage this process from a continental perspective, as ECOP Africa, I think we can engage the African Union and the UNDP, from that level as a continental project. Then it will be now with implementation in the various ECOP countries. I think that would be a good way to proceed. So thank you so much, and it's a great pleasure to be here. I'm available to take questions, and you can also further reach out to me if you have suggestions or how you want to partner and collaborate with us. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anthony. I'm going to call now Chamaka, please, my assistant, to carry on the Q&A session.
Okay, so if you have any questions, if Lua, give me a minute. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the presentation. It's been awesome. For ECOP Nigeria, I'm a Nigerian. I'm a hydrographic surveyor based in Lagos, and over the time I've been receiving notifications from the Africa node, but I would say that I've not really got to know ECOP Nigeria very well. Like, I don't have their presence on social media. I'm not aware of it. So I think we can do a lot of awareness. There are young people like me, here in Nigeria, who are in love with the ocean and would love to, to participate in this kind of program and see how we can, contribute to the UN Ocean Decade via ECOP. So I would love the coordinator. I don't know how we'll be about that. Or maybe you can drop some of our social media handles, and we should work more on trying to, create awareness for the presence of ECOP Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lua. I mean, you can reach out to us. I mean, we can reach out we are trying our best to reach out to everybody. Like I mentioned, we are trying to put up some of these working groups, including, you saw the media and advocacy that will take charge of the social media and all of that. But all of this, I agree, still has some challenges, commitment, and all of that. But these are strategies we've already identified. Please kindly reach out and let us all work together. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else has a question? Okay, do we have Linda here? So we could go through the fundraising campaign. Okay.
Just a minute. I'm going to put the slide. There you go.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Okay, so first of all, just a quick remark on the presentations from the various nodes. I just want to say a huge congratulations on the achievements of our nodes, and this is a good opportunity to invite all potential sponsors and partners to support all our nodes who are doing a tremendous job in promoting the work that they're doing within the oceans and coastal space. So there are 3 ways that you can come on board as a partner or a sponsor. So first of all, you can support in kind. You can support through an official partnership, or you can support us through sponsorship. And essentially, how can you support us? By reaching out to us via our email address, which is fundraising_Africa@ecopdecade.org, or you can reach out to us on the ECOP jk.org/Africa website, our webpage, to engage with us further and see how best you can provide your resources, expertise, or your funds to support our work through the regional nodes that have presented today. Thank you so much. And back to you, Sarah or Chiamaka.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Linda, for this. I just wanted to open up a little bit more for the Q&A session because we're gonna have to cancel the presentation from our East Africa coordinator, Josephat Mukaya. He's in a remote region right now and he cannot have access to Wi-Fi to undertake his presentation. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to cancel his participation today in the presentation. I'm really sorry about that. So we can extend a little bit more the Q&A session if you like to direct some questions to our coordinators, not only from the second set of presentation, but all the 7 coordinators, plus the coordinators that haven't been here today from Togo, Mozambique, Senegal, and Niger. You can also direct questions to them. You're welcome to use the Q&A session or the raise your hand so we can allow you to speak, please. No more questions. I just wanted to highlight briefly that ECOP Nigeria is top 1 at the moment. Congratulations, ECOP Nigeria, for that effort. You have 233 registered members of our network right now. So you're top 1 in the Africa ECOP node. Thank you so much for all the efforts of Anthony and his team on achieving that goal. So it's very important as a network to bridge out to more members within Africa. Again, if you don't have official node launch for your country, you can still become part of our network. You just have to register the same way, and you're still gonna receive all the opportunities in your email. From tomorrow, we're gonna have the ECOP Africa node newsletters going directly to your email every month, so you can still become part of the network even though there is no official node. All right, and I would like to thank again all the coordinators who presented today. Thanks so much for all the efforts you put into your presentation, highlighting the priorities and challenges for the future of the ECOP program. We're gonna have definitely to discuss a few things that have been raised today, and we're gonna go forward to bring up the discussion at the network level, not only internally, and we need again to reach out to the most numbers of members so we can provide these opportunities for all of them. It's important to highlight here that the ECOP program is not only dedicated to the core team members. We need to reach out to those that are not part of the core team member. They need to also favor from these opportunities as well. So that's the main objective of the ECOP program. The more members we reach out, the better, not only the core team. And we need to further out these discussions with all the members and the emerging nodes that are coming to the ECOP Africa node. So thank you so much. Anyone else would like to raise a question? Any one of the attendees? No? All right, so just to wrap up the day now, I'm gonna just show you the program for tomorrow. Let me just quickly share the screen here. So tomorrow is our last day of the whole week of the event. I really have to say a big thank you for all the attendees and registered attendees. We have actually almost 300 registers in our event this week. This is so surprising and so supportive. Thank you so much for that. If you didn't make it for any certain days of the week throughout the event, you're gonna have the chance to have access to the videos, the recordings of the sessions on your email. So you're receiving every day from Monday. You have been receiving your newsletter about only this event, the first annual Ocean Fair, and you can watch the recordings for each day. So tomorrow is our last day, and it's gonna be dedicated then just to the communications in media and fundraising. We're gonna also discuss further how we can maximize the efforts in terms of providing opportunities for ECOPs in terms of paid internships and grants and so on. Also supporting the national nodes in their activities. We're gonna then first start with the presentation from Adiza and Linda, our fundraising coordinators. They're gonna show the fundraising strategy that ECOP Africa Node has been developed throughout the months, and we're gonna implement that from tomorrow. But we would like to get a feedback from you on how we can improve that. We're gonna have then a Q&A session. We're gonna have a preliminary consultation only related to fundraising for ECOPs in Africa. So please, it's highly important that you participate of that survey as well. After that, we're gonna then have the launch of our ECOP Africa newsletter with the communications and media team, Louise Lancet and Hadia Ekholi. And we're gonna finalize tomorrow again on how you can support our node, the Africa node, as a member or a sponsor, as a partner or a collaborator with me wrapping up the event tomorrow. So thank you so much. One more time, I would like to say thank you to the global coordinator, Virginia Costionai, for all the support that she has given to us, Natalie Fox, the communications coordinator as well, all the core team, and especially the team that have been side by side with me and organized this whole week of events. Thank you so much for everything, and all the attendees of today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.